Hello, hello, hello. It's Dr. Dare. Sorry I'm late. Technical difficulties, but I am here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come into the room. We are doing some self reflection today. Um, we're going to ask a few questions. I think I have them listed somewhere. Yes, let me look at my phone. But sorry, come in. Once you come in, please click and like and share this video. We will be doing some self reflection, asking the questions. What do you want most out of life? What are you really scared of? What is something that you're holding on to and you're afraid to let go of it? And it's causing you problems. So I like to do self reflection because sometimes we have these thoughts and we just continue to push through life, but they're really things that we need to discuss. So hopefully everybody comes with their open mind and they want to talk. But welcome, welcome, welcome. When you come in, click like, click share. Let us know how your week has been. I got on late. Sorry. My tablet just was like, okay, I'm not. I'm gonna freeze up at 8:27 and not work. But we're here. So again, we're doing self reflection tonight. We're asking a few questions, and so yes, let me know that you are on. Let me know that you are on and that you can hear me. We will be talking about self reflection tonight. So, um, yeah, got one comment. Hey Karen, thank you for making that comment so I can see where it is. I'm using my laptop, and so I'm still getting used to acclimated to it. But we are here, and I'm still getting acclimated to where I'm supposed to place myself on the camera. So yes, we will be asking. Let me post a comment. Let me post a comment right here. If it's still here, I think it might. Oh, it did. It went away. Anyway, yeah, so welcome, welcome, welcome to the Dr. Dare Show. It has been a busy week for me. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I've just been busy all week that I can't even look up and take the time to acknowledge text or I don't know what it is, but I've been extremely busy. Hey Karen, I have my new tablet that I barely use, and I purchased the tablet for to do lives, and that's why I'm. But I used it the last time when I had the other guest on here, so this is my second time using it live on the air. So come on in. I see people coming in. Thank you. Once you come in, please click like, click share. Tell me how your week has been. We are doing some self reflection questions. We're asking ourselves, and I'm pulling it up on my phone. Um, we're asking ourselves, what do we want most out of life? What are you really scared of? And what is something that you're holding on to that you need to let go of? And self reflection is something good that we need to do every now and then just to check in on ourselves. Karen, does it look new? Does it look different than the other, than my laptop? I feel strange because I can't tell where it's like I should be right here. Oh, I'm gonna move there we go. So I centered myself, and I'll put my little cup right there with the D on there for Dr. Dare. So yeah, I haven't been on here. I wasn't on here last week, but I was on my TikTok live on Sunday, and that went really well. So I will start doing lives on TikTok as well on Sundays, just for like 20 minutes, not very long. But on there, we talk about grief and stuff like that. And so we had a really good talk last Sunday. Um, yeah, and yes. So self reflection is usually just taking the time to ask yourself questions like basically like how are you doing? How are you handling things? How are you coping with things? And a lot of us don't do self-reflection. We don't check in with ourselves. So we really don't know. We just go along with the thoughts that we have, but we really don't know what's actually going on with us. Like we never ask, we never, nobody sits down and says, well, you know what, Fred, how are you doing? You know, you've had a lot of stuff going on this month. You've been running around. Some things worked, some things didn't, but you never take the time to check in to see how you're actually doing. And so that's why I wanted to do this show, just to kind of check in and see how people are doing. So let me know you're here. Share this video live. So, and I had just got in from the gym, ran home, took a shower, jumped right here. I was a little late. So, good. And I was late. So, I'm trying to book guests for the show. Everybody's been busy. So, I had to, kind of pull back for a little while till I get more guests on. So, yeah, but we're here. I won't stay on long. Um, like I said, it has been a long week for me. So, let's get started. It's 8:40. So the first question, and if you want to answer, you can answer it. And if you don't, you don't. What do you want most out of life? And that's the first question that we're asking. What do you want most out of life? I'm gonna post that here. What do you want most out of life? What do you want most out of life? Chat. Okay, that goes there. Let's see where that appears. Okay, so we put that there. There we go. Cool. So, what do you want most out of life? And I'll start it off and I'll answer myself. The most important thing that I want out of life is to be happy. Like, you can have money, you can have a bunch of friends that are just okay, you can have, and still not be happy. I just want to be happy. That's the most important thing out of life that I want. Oh, and two, happy and successful, I'll say. What about y'all out there? What do you want most out of life? So this is a self-reflection question you can answer. Yeah. So again, if you're just joining, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, Pat, for sharing that. How are you? How is your dissertation going? I want to hear more about that. We haven't really chatted about that. But what do you want most out of life? I say for me to be happy and successful. Happy and successful. But the most important one out of that is to be happy. Hi, Pat. How have you been doing? I know it seems like forever that we've talked. Okay, Karen says most important for me is to be happy and healthy, peace of mind, and success. I like that, and so I have to piggyback up for yours, Karen, too, on the healthy part, that part as well. To be happy, successful, and healthy. Because what do they say? Your health is your wealth, and so which is why I'm always working out. Pat, you said the same as me. You just want to be happy. Yeah, everybody else is running around, trying to be successful. And Pat, you said you're doing good. That's good. I'm gonna have to take a trip to New York. I haven't been there in a while. Uh, excuse me. Hold, please. Yeah, I haven't been to the dissertation is coming along good. Good. So if you're just joining, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Dr. Dare Show. This is just a simple show. We're asking a lot of self-reflection questions. And what I said earlier, if you're just joining, is that self-reflection is the act of just sitting down and asking yourself, how have you been doing? How do you feel about where you are in life? How do you feel about the things you've been feeling? And Pat says, and healthy. Good. Yeah, same. When Karen said that, I'm like, yep. And Pat, excuse me, Karen says hello. But happiness and health and is very important to have, you know? Okay. Now, a lot of people may not come on here because I posted this late. I have been extremely busy this week, so, and that's okay. So, the next question is, let me add a comment. This is a good one. What are you really scared of? Hmm. So the next question, y'all, is what are you really scared of? I want to hear y'all's before I give mine. It is a hard question, Pat. It is. What are you scared of? I think my first one, since y'all feel like it's hard, I feel like mine is growing older and not being happy and not um, finding that person and spending your getting old alone. I guess that's my thing that I'm scared of. Oh, Pat, that's Pat says she's scared of dying. Yeah. So let's talk about that. What scares you about dying, Pat? I guess well, you tell me, but I think most people are afraid of death because it's the unknown. We really don't know what happens once that person dies. All we see is what we see is like that person is no longer talking. They're not, able to communicate with us anymore. And you put them the process of dying. Oh, okay. Got like say if you're sick and explain that a little more, Pat. Exactly. Okay. Okay. So the process of dying. So kind of if you're sick and you just kind of going through the motion of like body organs and stuff shutting down and things like that and not being able to take care of yourself. Yeah, I understand that part. That part. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, I don't want to be put in a nursing home. Like I don't want my last days being in a nursing home. So, which is why I try to work out still at my age, and I try to keep moving and watching what I eat and making sure that I'm doing things because I just don't want to be in a nursing home. I don't want somebody to have to take care of me. And I know some people can't help that things happen in life where they have to be taken care of. Oh, Karen, I like yours. Karen says, scared of not living up to my potential, scared of having failing health. That's a good one, Karen. So, how scared of not living up to your potential? Is there things you feel like you should be doing, but you feel like you're holding yourself back, or the universe is holding you back from doing things? That's a good one too. Yours is good. Pat's is good. The process of dying, scared of dying. Mine was scared of actually growing older without somebody and being alone. Um, but also not. I don't want to go into a nursing home and um, so scared of not living up to your potential. And that's why I'm always pushing people to don't allow fear to keep you from moving forward because the more you sit in fear, the more you're not going to get to that potential you, that thing that you want to do. And so, um, to live up to your full potential, sometimes we got to be uncomfortable. Me and you were talking about that earlier, Karen, of where just not sitting in a certain position because we're comfortable, but kind of pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone. And that's another self-reflection question, is how often do we push ourselves out of our comfort zone? I'm gonna post that one. How often do we push ourselves out of our comfort zone? How often do we push ourselves out of our comfort zone? I'll put that up there. Now post that. Okay. And so if you just joined, we asked two questions already. We asked, um, let me go back to the beginning. What do you want most out of life? That's the first question we asked. So if you just joined and you want to answer that question, a lot of us said, Karen says most important, she wants to be happy, healthy, have a peace of mind, and be successful. Pat says that she wants the same as me, just wants to be happy and healthy. And I said happy and healthy as well. And successful, I did throw that in there. And then the second question we asked and answered was, what are we really scared of? I said scared of getting older and being alone. Pat says scared of dying, the process of dying. And Karen says scared of not living to her full potential, scared of having failing health. And so those were some of the reflections that we have thought about. And that which triggered this other question, is how often do we push ourselves out of our comfort zone? Because I feel like once we get comfortable in doing the same thing every day, and then as soon as we're asked to do something out of that norm, it just freaks us out. It gives us anxiety. But that's how you grow. You have to challenge yourself all the time, especially if you've been doing the same thing for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. You're probably not living up to your potential. You're probably not earning as much as you could be. You're probably not um, learning new things like you should be doing. You're probably not doing anything if you're staying in that comfort zone. And it's sad because a lot of people live day to day doing the same thing, go to work, come home. There's no adventure, there's nothing to look forward to. And that usually causes a lot of depression and sadness, because you're in this routine, it's boring, you're not growing, you're comfortable. You're cozy, as Beyonce would say. So we want to push ourselves out of our comfort zone. How many of y'all push yourselves out of your comfort zone? And Pat says that's another hard question. It is, but the thing is, and me and Karen was talking about this earlier, is that we get so used to just doing the same thing that when we're asked to do this thing or that thing, it freaks you out. Karen says, yes, I'm holding myself back for fear of failure, um, back from full potential and from success. Yeah, and a lot of people, to me, in order to grow, is kind of on the same lines, Karen, is the comfort zone thing. Is, I know we're afraid to fail, but I think we learn through failure too, because you learn, okay, I know I do. I'll give this example. Like, I've been meal prepping a lot, but to cook rice in a crock pot is really hard. So the first time I did it, I just threw the rice, I washed my rice off, I threw it in water, but I put the water all the way up to the top. And I'm like, this rice isn't cooking. So I failed. It didn't cook right. And so the next time I was like, well, what's the trick? So then I only put a little bit of I put the rice in water, but I put it just a little bit over the top. And that was the key. If you put a little bit of water on top, you fill the water over top of the rice, but just a little, it cooks perfectly in a crock pot. But if I wouldn't have failed the first time, I wouldn't have learned how to do that. So the more you are just saying, oh, I'm going to fail and I'm not going to try it, the more you will stay um, stagnant and bored. So Pat says, I'm wondering what I'm going to do after my dissertation. And that's is there a fear there, Pat, of like what is it that you're going to do? I'll tell you what I did. I took some rest time for some months after that, but then I started again focusing on what is my next goal? What am I going to achieve? And so, so if you're just joining, we're doing self-reflection, meaning we're sitting here asking ourselves questions that may, because a lot of us we don't ask ourselves questions about how we're doing in life and where we are and what's changed and how are we handling the change, and is it impacting our mental health, things like that. So we ask two questions: what do we want most out of life? And then we asked, what are you really what are you really scared of? And then we asked, how often do you push yourself out of your comfort zone? So very good questions. And a lot of us on here say we just want to be happy and healthy, successful. And then what are we scared of? Some of us said living to our full potential. Some of us said getting older and being alone. And then some of us said, I forgot what you said, Pat. I think you said, I'm wondering what I'm going to do. No, 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 no. Let me go back. Oh, the process of dying. That was yours. Okay. And so, Pat, yeah, you'll figure it out, Pat. The goal is complete that dissertation. It will come to you. It will um, be there. I'm actually going to do what you mentioned. Yeah, just take a break because that dissertation, doing a dissertation is a lot of work, and so you spend a lot of your time um, focused on it, and you need to kind of recover from that. And I can't see everybody still on here. Okay, there we are. Yeah. So good questions. Let's ask the next one. The next one was, um, let's see. What is something that you are holding on to that you need to let go of? This is a good question. Oops, got new comments. What is it that you're holding? What is it that you are holding on to that you need to let go of? So I'm typing that question out. What is it that you're holding on that you need to let go of? What is it that you're holding on to that you need to let go of? So that's the next question. Karen says, it has been a long time since I pushed myself out of my comfort zone. As an artist, I would only do a portrait of people in pencil. I started painting portraits now. It hasn't been easy, but I push myself. And that's good, Karen. That's good that you challenge yourself because our negative self talk would tell us we can't do it, nobody's going to like it. But the key is the more we work on it, the better it gets, the more we like it. And, we can't allow that negative self talk to kind of control our um, our behaviors because you miss out. You don't grow when you just keep doing the same thing. And plus, it's boring to just keep doing the same thing, you know. So thanks. That's a good. So I'll post that up there. So, Pat, that negative self talk is exhausting. Yes, it is, Karen. Pat says, stop giving money to my son. What is it that you're holding on to that you need to let go of? And Pat says, stop giving money to your son. What does that do for you, Pat, when you do that? What is that? prevent you from doing. And I'm trying to sit here and think of something that I need to, something that I'm holding on to that I need to let go of. That's an interesting question. Pat, I'm gonna use your word. That's a hard question. What is it that what is it that I'm holding on to that I need to let go of? Oh, you're actually harming him. Okay, I can see that. I can see because if he never learns how to get the money he needs on his own and not be in trouble. Oh, Michelle, no, I can't see your answers. I'm sorry. Do y'all see Michelle answers, Karen and Pat? Because she's saying she's answering and I don't see him. I'm actually harming him because he continues drinking beer. So Michelle says she's answering, but I don't see her comments. Do you guys see her comments? Pat says no. So Michelle, we don't see your comments. If you can hear me, I don't know what. Hold on, I'm gonna answer her. She texted me that. And yeah, Karen says she doesn't see them either. So Pat or Karen doesn't see uh, your answers. So what is it that you're holding on to that you need to let go? I'm trying to think of. We don't see you. Uh, okay, yeah, we don't see your responses. So I'm still puzzled on my own answer on this question. What is it that I'm holding on to that I need to let go of? Trying to please everybody, I think. Oh, Pat says I don't see Karen's comments either. Maybe it's the way I have this thing set up. Hold on. Let me see. So even if I do this, even if I do you see them when they pop up on the screen, Pat? Do you see Karen's when she pops up on the screen? Yeah, Pat, it is a hard question, and I'm trying. I think mine is, yeah, not you can't please everybody, and you need to let that go. That you can't because everybody has a different personality, everybody has different needs, and it is not your job, Frederick Dare Brockington, to try to accommodate everybody. It's just not possible. Oh, okay. So I need to learn. I'm using a new tablet, everybody. So I'm trying to make sure. I'm wondering why. Maybe it's the way I have it set up. But anyway, we're almost done. I'm not going to stay on here much longer, but I'm trying to figure out. I got to figure that out. Because that was the last question. So yeah, that is a hard question. So I'll just read everybody's comments out. Karen, she sees your comments, Pat. I see Pat's comments when they pop up on the screen, but I don't see any comments on a thread to the right like usual. Okay, so I got to figure that out, that part out, and then I got to figure out why we don't see Michelle's either. So hold on. Exit solo layout. Maybe it's the layout that I have. Hmm, strange. Yeah. So what is it that you're holding on to that you need to let go of? If you're just joining, that's the question we have. And I'm trying to exit out this solo layout, and it won't let me out of there. All right. Well, I will figure that out the next time. I don't know. But anyway, That's the last question. I'm not gonna hold us because I need to figure this out so we can go on. But thank y'all for joining. And yes, your layout looks different, Doc. Yeah, I gotta figure it out because I can see the comments under here, but I need to have them so that you guys can see them. Yeah, but have a good night, y'all. I'm not gonna keep y'all any longer. Thank y'all for joining, and I'll probably have a show next week because I think I have a guest that I already scheduled, but I will let you know. All right, have a good night.